Because I'm the stepdaughter.
All right.
The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding.
Why?
Because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Let me start with this. I know people in the comments think I'm ungrateful or spoiled or whatever, but this is my father. Flawed, yes. Inconsistent, yes. But he's still my father, and no one can ever replace that.
What are you talking about? Am I confused? I'm confused. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Hey, welcome back to Motivation Nation. It is your host, Air Gordon. And here we are back for another video. So if you're new here, feel free to like, share, subscribe. What we do on this channel, we watch videos. I give my reaction. We keep the conversation going down in the comments because I like to hear what you guys have to say about it. So, hey, listen, with no further ado, let's do what we do best on this channel. Let's get into the content and see what's going on.
Hey everyone, I guess I should finally speak on this
Speak on
because I'm the stepdaughter.
All right.
The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding.
Why?
Because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Let me start with this. I know people in the comments think I'm ungrateful or spoiled or whatever, but this is my father. Flawed, yes. Inconsistent, yes. But he's still my father, and no one can ever replace that. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back on my wedding day and regret not us both being there. And no one can ever replace that. Life is short. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back at my wedding day and regret not giving both of us that moment. My husband actually said it first. Babe, your real dad should walk you down the aisle. And that hit me. Like, yeah, he should. For everything he didn't do.
Oh, hold on.
That's still my dad. That's still the man whose DNA I carry. And one moment doesn't erase the damage, but it does mean something to me. And yes, I did tell my stepfather he could walk me down the aisle. I'm not gonna lie. I did say that. And at the time, it felt right. He's been there for me for years. School, rides, money, everything. He was stable when my dad wasn't. So yeah, I said it. But after talking with my fiance, I realized I wanted something different. And I should have told my stepdad. Yes, I should have pulled him aside. But I didn't know how to say it without hurting him. So
okay, see, let me stop because I can't just let her keep going on. I'm going to stop here and I have to interject. Okay, so you want your biological father to walk you down the aisle. Okay, cool. But you just have admitted that your stepdad has been the one that is there for you. Okay, if you want your biological father to walk you down the aisle, let your biological father pay for the wedding. How can you possibly think that it is okay for your stepfather to pay for the wedding and then your father walks you down the aisle? Okay, it's not a problem if you invite your father and allow him to sit in the audience and he gets an opportunity to see everything that you became thanks to your stepfather, and you give the respect that your stepfather deserves for raising you into obviously a respectable young lady, although you are selfish. And the husband that suggested that, he needs to be extremely careful because this shows a selfishness within you that you feel as though it's okay for one man to do all of this stuff for you and allow another man, although he is your biological father that's done absolutely nothing for you, to then reap the benefits of the things that the person that did do something for you. So that's going to materialize in your future husband's life, in that, oh, you work too much, I cheated because of this, I did this because of that. Because right now you're not understanding roles and responsibilities. Your stepfather is paying for this. That's very disrespectful for you to then say, well, I want my biological father to do all these things. I'm sure your stepfather would have been okay had you said, I want my father to walk me down and he's going to pay for this wedding. I'm sure he'd have been like, okay, but let's let her continue and then we'll continue with this dialogue.
out at the dinner table. And yeah, that was wrong. I'm going to take the blame for that. But I'm not apologizing for wanting my real father to be there at my wedding. And everyone keeps talking about it. Like, everybody keeps talking about the money like I was trying to use him, but I wasn't. I swear I wasn't. I'm just used to him being there. He's never told me no. He paid for school, my car, everything I needed. So was I wrong for thinking that he'd help with the wedding too? He's always helped me. I thought that he wanted to. I wasn't thinking about money. I was thinking about my wedding and how I dreamed that it would look.
So here we go. And this is why a lot of men don't want to be stepfathers, is because it's a thankless job. Now, this man has taken on the role and the responsibility of being your father. See, there's a difference between a father and a dad. Okay? Your dad is who he is biologically because he made it with your mother and they produced you. That's a dad. That's the biology of it all. But the father is the one that actually has raised you into being a individual. And this guy has never told you no. He's helped you pay for school. He's helped you with a car. And then you disrespect this man and slap him in the face and say, I want the guy who's done absolutely nothing for me to give me away to my future husband. Oh, yeah. And by the way, I want you to pay for it. I want you to be the responsible man that you are and continue to take care of everyone around you that's irresponsible because you're responsible. So you're now on the hook to take care of my irresponsible father's financial obligations to me. Your father's been nowhere in your life, your entire life. The least he could do is pay for your wedding. But no, you still want the stepfather to continue his financial contribution to you. And the fact that you don't see anything wrong with it and that you're unapologetic means a lot, and it says a lot about the character. And unfortunately, all of the time and money has been spent with your stepfather. He can get none of that back just to be slapped in the face now by you wanting the man who did absolutely nothing for you to be able to poke his chest out like, that's my daughter. Look what I created. Yeah, you created the life, but you didn't create the actual person, the individual, the values, the morals, because you were nowhere to be found. And this right here is what I'm saying as far as with her future husband. She's okay with you being the financial breadwinner. She's okay with you doing all those things. But guess what, sir? The same way she's doing this to her stepfather, she's going to do the exact same thing to you in a different capacity within your relationship because she sees nothing wrong with what she's doing now and she's unapologetic. So unless she grows or unless something changes in her mind, then this is her behavior and her husband will be the recipient of the backlash that's going to come down the line with her mentality. But let's let her keep going on. And see, these are the telltale signs that you need to, when you're dating, that you need to pay attention to. And the fact that the husband said, or the fiance said, your dad should walk you down. Yeah, it's something wrong with him too.
That's on me. I should have thought deeper, and I should have seen how it made him feel, but I wasn't trying to use him. And breaking up with my mom over it, I don't understand that part. My mom
Well, I understand that part because, well, let her finish.
didn't pressure me. She didn't force anything, any of this. She helped me plan. She supported me. How was she supposed to tell me not to invite my father, even though that's what I wanted?
Very easily. And that's why he had to leave, because it showed a flaw and it showed a selfishness within your mother for going along with that type of foolishness. Your mother should have said, hey, sweetie, I understand how you feel, but we now have to get out of our feelings and we have to go into logic and we have to look at who took care of you, who took care of me, who raised you, who taught you, who helped you through school. Now, how do you think that would make that man feel if you bring in a man, even though this is your biological father who's had no impact, no financial input into your life? You have now, and I'm going to make assumptions here. You've now gone to school, you've graduated, you are a well-adjusted young lady due to what your stepfather and myself, this is the wife, due to what your stepfather and myself have done for you. It would be disrespectful to me as your mother, and it would also be disrespectful to your stepfather for your dad to come in. Now, we're not saying he can't be a part of the wedding, meaning he can be in attendance. We would that would be a completely selfish thing, that if you wanted to invite your biological father, and he was willing to attend. Let him attend, but he also needs to see what he missed out on as a father and the type of young lady that you've turned out to be with the help of the mother and the stepfather, because all of this is brought to you by the two of us raising you. Because remember, that man walked out on you for whatever the reason. We're not getting into that. I don't care about the reason. That's a different video for a different day. We're speaking about what's happening currently now. He walked out on you, left you and a single mother. This guy steps in, picks up the ball, runs it into the end zone, and his reward for that is bring in the nothing guy and let him do the celebration and get the Super Bowl ring. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And he did right leaving your mother as well, because that's a very selfish thing. And he probably never thought that she would do those things to him. And she did. So let's let her finish.
She just wanted me to be happy, her daughter. I'm not trying to bash him. I just
But you are
to come online and give my side. I love my stepfather. I really do. But I love my father too, even with all his mistakes. And on my wedding day, I chose what my heart would want. And if that makes me wrong, then okay. But I'm not going to apologize for wanting my dad to want me down the aisle. That's it. And that's all. Okay, y'all. That's all I really wanted to say. And I hope that clears up everything, that I was not using my dad. I was not using my stepdad. I just wanted my real dad to have a moment with me. Okay. Bye, guys.
And unfortunately, yes, ma'am, you were using your stepdad. No one, and I don't think there's anyone who's going to disagree with you and your dad having a moment, but your dad has to pay for that. That comes at a cost. Walking you down the aisle comes at a cost that he should pay. Your dad doesn't get to benefit from another. And first of all, shame on your father for even wanting to accept that. A real man would say, listen here, man, I'm not going to give you away at your wedding that another man is paying for. So that goes to show that even your father still hasn't grown up from his immature mentality from when he walked out on you and your mother. He shouldn't even want to do that if he was a real respectable man. That's not what a respectable man would do. He would sit back and be like, you know what? I see where I made a mistake, but I'm not going to take that from the man because you turned out to be a good young lady. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud. I wasn't there for you, XYZ, but I'm not going to disrespect that man like that. That's what a real man would say. That's what he should have said to you. But no, he's selfish and he wants to take the shine for something that he did not do outside of having you biologically and leaving. And yes, you were using your stepfather. He should not pay for this wedding. And this funny part is, if your stepfather don't pay for the wedding, is anybody going to be able to give you away at that point? Or are you going to do it down at the justice of the peace? How does that work then? See, I don't know where we're going now. So is it going to be a wedding? It sounds like there's not even going to be a wedding because you said all you wanted to do was have your father walk you down the aisle. Well, it sounds like there's no aisle to walk down. So now guess what? Not only do you not have a wedding, you don't even have your father. You don't have your father walking you down, but it seems to be like you're okay with that. So again, you know, these are decisions. This is very selfish. This is a person who I'm not quite sure that this is the right mind frame to be getting married, but that's a different video for a different day. That's my opinion. And if I were the husband, even though he made that suggestion, he better be very, very careful, because this is going to filter into his life in a way that he doesn't really see coming. And I can see it as clear as day. But anyway, hey, listen, that's my thoughts on this video. I'm trying not to make them too long. So jump down in the comments, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. That's it for and keep sending them to me. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.